Let's go.
Let's do this. All right. I'm going to find the titles. Not organized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overrated. Here we go.
Hello, UCR. What's your favorite scary movie?
A big old boo to the people out there in uncensored horror land. Welcome back. My name is, I'm trying to speak, Spooky Steve. This is Creepy Katie McCarthy next to me. And we're here today for a little bit of a fun light, like a little bit of a chat, because the other night I was randomly doom scrolling, as you do.
As you do.
At like 2 a.m. And looking. I went, geez. There's a lot of horror TV coming out, like next month.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought, since we are a horror-based podcast and we like to watch, we thought Katie and I jump in on some of the bigger ones. Now, there's a lot coming, so we're not going to cover everything in depth, but there's a couple that we've picked out to cover, and we'll have a mention of some others later. But they seem to be going hell for leather this year. Like last year, there was a bit of a lull.
Yeah.
Around horror TV, but like the year before that, we had Fear Street, right? That was only 2 years ago? 3 years ago.
That was the best year. That really was.
I know. I'm hoping we'll still get it, like by Halloween.
We need a banner year like that. I just rewatched Fear Street because it is that good.
I know. Look, Prom Queen is coming, so we'll have to wait and see. I hope we get it as like a surprise Halloween thing. That should be Netflix's deal, right?
It really should. And
you've got that property. There's so many books.
Just to make up for the lack of spooky lately, I've been reading a lot of spooky books. So
she's been doing her book due diligence as well. But
mm-hmm.
we're talking turn your brain off stuff now. We're talking like, let's chill out, let's just digest the thing that is in front of us in our very own home. Now, Katie, you're going to start us off today. You're going to talk about
Hysteria! Exclamation point.
Yes, Hysteria. Peacock original Hysteria.
You know, Peacock's been hitting. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Haven't been doing too bad. I enjoy it.
Very true. They seem to be investing in horror quite a lot.
It's not a bad thing to invest in. If it's done right, it is glorious.
So tell us a little bit about Hysteria.
So Hysteria takes place around the late 80s in the time of Satanic Panic, which I have to admit is a kind of favorite of mine. I love that whole period. I may have been a baby, but you know, I remember it fondly. I don't. And the quarterback of a high school goes missing. And if you know anything about small town high schools, if you lose the quarterback, you've just kind of lost everything. So with that disappearance and with the Satanic Panic going on, a metal band comes in and says, hey, we could profit off of this. People are afraid. Let's give them some Satan. Yeah.
Right.
And then just a string of bizarre kidnappings and murders and crimes come in. And what else comes with that? Obviously, supernatural shit.
Obviously.
I mean, you can't have Satanic Panic, kidnappings, and murders without supernatural stuff. And the hunt leads directly back to the Satanic Metal Band. And of course, who leads this hunt for the victims? None other than Bruce Campbell.
Mr. Bruce Campbell.
So Bruce Campbell, he is not knighted, but I have just knighted him. So the cast includes Bruce Campbell, Julie Bowen. We have Anna Camp, if you remember Anna Camp from Pitch Perfect. I wonder if she leads the metal band. Wouldn't that be something?
Hey there, kids.
I have a feeling she doesn't, but that would be something. It looks pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, I saw the teaser trailer.
Yeah, the teaser trailer looks good, and I love Julie Bowen. I think she is super underrated, especially as a comedic actor.
It gave me
even
what
with
vibes
Modern Family.
sorry, yeah, that what vibes it gave me. We watched the Keenan Shipka movie.
Oh, Totally Killer.
Yeah, Totally Killer. That trailer gave me Totally Killer vibes, like, you know, the mum in the house cooking, and it's just like,
Well, Julie Bowen was in that too, so
a little bit different. A little bit different, I think, because we're not going to go on a time traveling slasher, but
yeah. But you know,
yeah.
I live for the camp. I love it. I think if the campier, the better. And I think this is going to be a big hit because I think campy stuff hits better with mainstream. And I think Bruce Campbell is really underutilized in everything, pretty much. So I think this is going to be a hit. I think Peacock has a hit on their hands.
It'll be interesting to see how it's received because people loved Ash vs. Evil Dead, even though the network it was on didn't really love it. So, and that walked the very fine line between camp and horror. It was essentially the movies on speed. Like,
it was Stars, right?
Yeah, it was Stars.
Okay.
Yeah,
Stars. Look at me. You done fucked up.
Yeah, look, I'm kind of glad it finished when it did. I wasn't really there for the time travel jump forward to the future. The show was so good, it didn't need it. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, if you look back at his history, Army of Darkness had time travel, and that
I know, but I'm just not about it. Like, I like the characters that we had. I grew attached to those characters. And they were all gone. I was like, oh, I don't want that. I want what I know. God damn it! Don't you dare abandon me in my hour of need.
I need Bruce in more campy stuff. When he was in Burn Notice, and granted, he was great in Burn Notice. It was just too serious for me. It's like, yeah, Bruce, you can do better than this. Come on, baby.
It's always nice to see them in different things too. Like, you look at Lucy Lawless in Ash vs. Evil Dead as Ruby Nobi. She was brilliant.
God for Lucy Lawless.
And people don't. I think they underestimate her comic skills, even when she's being a serious actress. Like, she has those comedy chops that she uses, and it's good to see her back again too. There's the new Spartacus show, or new Spartacus spin-off coming back, and guess who's coming back? Lucy Lawless. So she'll be back on the screens. I'd like her. She could do a guest on Hysteria. She flirts with horror. I like that she flirts with horror.
No, we need campaign for Lucy Lawless on Hysteria. We started the campaign. Okay. Yeah. It's starting.
I like that we're smack bang in like West Memphis 3 like territory, like all of that.
You know, it's funny. I thought the same thing, and I did such a deep dive into the West Memphis 3 about a year ago. Like, I got into all the podcasts. I started reading all the books.
Oh my god, did you watch the movies? Did you watch Paradise? Yes. Oh my god, that was one of the most confronting things I've ever seen. That first 10 minutes of Paradise Lost, the first one, I was like, they're not gonna. That's a dead body. That's a child's dead body. I'm like, oh, okay.
And I mean, I never thought they were guilty, but like, to do
it's interesting to watch those movies back now, isn't it? To watch that whole still like documentary series back and go, wow.
Well, like even the cliff notes, you're like, how did they like convict these guys?
But that was the kind of world this is like, and hopefully they portray it accurately in this TV show. Like the utter like paranoia that there was this supernatural evil coming to take over the children of America.
I mean, not to dabble into true crime, because that's that's not our shtick.
We don't mind it.
But you seriously got to look up West Memphis 3. It is wild. It will get your blood pumping. It'll make you so angry. They are all out of prison, by the way. So, like, happy ending.
Happy-ish. Well, better than being in prison.
It's happy enough, but it's
happy enough.
It is so aggravating and sad because these children lost their lives, but these kids
and haven't been brought to justice. Still haven't been brought to justice yet. Like, there's been no justice for those children. There's been no justice for those teenagers, essentially children that went to jail for those crimes that they didn't commit. So
There was no justice for anyone.
yeah, no justice there.
End of the day, no justice.
At the end of the day, but there is justice because you're getting Bruce, and it's a TV series, and we're happy to see it.
Absolutely. And it comes out on Peacock on October 18th, and I will be watching that as I await the glorious arrival of another horror favorite.
Me! Yay! So we're going to jump now to another new series coming out. Now this one's hitting in September, so we're starting Halloween. I've noticed that we're starting early. I think everyone wants to peak their shows in October. Like these shorter run shows. It's like, okay, cool. Now this one has just dropped a trailer, and it's very interesting to say the least. So Grotesquerie is coming to FX. Now this is from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Oh, Ryan Murphy.
Okay, yeah. We'll talk about Ryan in a minute, but there's a bit of hype around Grotesquerie because of the cast and because of there's a very flashy trailer that's just come out today. So details are pretty sparse, but this is the FX blurb on the show. A series of heinous crimes have unsettled a small community. Detective Lois Tryon, Niecy Nash, ladies and gentlemen, lead of this show. Yep. I can only imagine from the success of the Dharma show, and her role on that she's now lead actress material, fronting a series, which is great. It feels these crimes are eerily personal, as if someone or something is taunting her. At home, Lois grapples with a strained relationship with her daughter, a husband in long-term hospital care, and her own inner demons. With no leads and unsure of where to turn, she accepts the help of Sister Megan, a nun and journalist with the Catholic Guardian. Sister Megan, with her own difficult past, has seen the worst of humanity, yet she still believes in its capacity for good. Lois, on the other hand, fears that the world is succumbing to evil. As Lois and Sister Megan string together clues, they find themselves ensnared in a sinister web that only seems to raise more questions than answers.
Now, who plays Sister Megan?
Sister Megan. All right, let's look at this cast because it's interesting. Okay.
Let's go.
Niecy Nash,
And
as I said, or Niecy Nash Betts, as she's now known. Courtney B. Vance. Now,
okay, we like
yeah.
him. He's a regular on the Ryan Murphy stuff. We like him.
Yep. Leslie Manville.
Don't know.
I think is Sister Megan.
I'll have to.
Michaela Diamond, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, Raven Goodwin, and he is a weird flex, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know any of these. I mean, maybe
Travis
I do.
Kelce.
You did not just say Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
Like football Travis
Mr.
Kelce?
Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce. Yes.
This show's gonna tank.
This show is
Niecy can't carry everything. She can't.
We don't know. So this is the thing. I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt because initial ideas Ryan Murphy does quite well. Yeah, he can create a world. What Ryan Murphy can't do is stick the landing.
No, he really can't. I mean,
on anything he's done.
I mean, if he can get a good performance out of Kim Kardashian, and he did,
right? And that's what's encouraging about Travis Kelce. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he has taken these rather obscure people and put them in roles that have made them be. I mean, look at what he did for Jessica Lange.
Ooh.
Now, Jessica Lange is an amazing actress, but she was someone who wasn't working.
And now she's a household name.
And now she's a cultural icon for a whole new whole generations. Us even on TikTok now, I'm finding a lot of original American Horror Story stuff coming through. A lot of her characters, a lot of reels of Jessica doing her thing on American Horror Story. Okay. So this looks like a heavily, religious base. It's got serial killers. It's got lots of neon crosses in the desert. It's very arty, The trailer is very, very arty-farty.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
Style over substance, I don't know. But I'm always up for a little bit of a, as we discussed with Long Legs, a little bit of, true crime meets religion meets serial killers meets, and this feels like where we're going with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a again, FX have really smashed it out with Interview with the Vampire, like what they've done with that show. Now, I to preface, haven't seen the second series yet because I am under a deal with Mr. Jeffrey Emmett that I'm watching it at his house like we did the first season. That was our nighttime show when I was there last time. So we sat there and watched the whole season while I was there. So we're going to be doing the same thing when I come back in October. So I have to wait to see the second season, which I've seen bits of, like I've seen trailers and stuff. I'm like, oh, looks so good. She's like, bitch, I haven't watched it. I'm like, neither have I. So it's okay.
Boy.
They've got the Mayfair Witches as well. They're doing a third spin-off of the Anne Rice. The Telemaskins are getting their own TV show. So there's lots
that
of
is right up
vampires
my
and
alley
witches.
too.
Yeah.
I've never watched it. I feel like
Really?
that's right up my witchy alley. I've
Yeah,
never watched it. That and Discovery of Witches.
Yeah, we started to watch it, Mayfair Witches, but we kind of fell off, I think, on the third episode because, that was when I was about to leave. We were doing like 900 things. So,
and I like that actress, Alexandra
Daddario.
Daddario. I wanted to call
There
her
we
that
go.
one. That's not it.
Lots of flashback names today, isn't it? So, but I'll be interested to see. So if you haven't checked out the trailer for Grotesquerie, check it out. It's coming September 5th to FX. So
so pretty soon.
Yeah. Sorry, September 25th. I lied to you.
Oh, well, I don't.
I got a bit excited, but it's coming. It is coming. Now the next one, I don't know too much about, but I saw it, and I saw one of the promo images and went, "That looks cool." So Katie, what's our next one we're going to talk about?
Well, this one's actually based off a book called Stinger by Robert McCammon. It follows a group of people in rural Georgia who must band together in the face of a mysterious threat in order to survive.
And the name of the show is?
Teacup.
That's terrifying.
That's something.
Right?
That's something.
That is something completely different.
And there's not much else we know about it unless you've read the book, which I've not. So
I haven't either.
So I don't know much about this one, and they're not really putting a lot out about this, which if it worked for Long Legs, maybe it'll work for this.
But the person behind it is interesting, right?
The person behind it, what's his name? I'm trying to look at all my notes here.
That's all right. You'll find it. Is this not James Wan's show?
Oh, yes, you're right. It is James Wan. But he's not in my notes, but I remember reading it.
Yeah, like his name is above the credit.
Oh, there he is. Executive
producer. Like the Ryan Murphy. Yeah.
Executive
like
produced by
Murphy
James Wan. It's like I'm looking at the top. I'm like, I don't see anything.
Yeah, they seem to be trying. Like we've gone from this I am auteur like creator to trying to create like their own French. Like Ryan Murphy's done it with American Horror Story, and like trying to branch out to something bigger and more different. Like James Wan has his fingers in so many pies. I like, and more power to you, dude. Like, but
again,
it's interesting, right?
James Wan is hit or miss, just like Ryan Murphy, and I feel like if they just like sat down and like just really concentrated on something, they could really knock it out of the park. Because a lot of these are like, what a great concept. Holy shit, how did you mess that up so bad? It's wild to me. But James Wan will always get points to me because he consistently keeps my boy Patrick in work. And I love him.
Yes. So there's not a lot out there for that one. It is
Scott Speedman is the notable name in this one.
Scott Speedman, our friend from Katie's favorite movies, The Strangers.
And Grey's Anatomy. And
yes.
Hey, fun fact, I have a really weak spot for Grey's Anatomy. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm really not. He's
Well,
adorable in that.
It's been on it. It's been
It's
out
been
there for 900 million years, right?
20 seasons. 20 seasons and still going.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It slows down around season 16, I think. But
Doesn't it always slow down around the musical episode? Anytime there's a musical episode, it's like
I liked it.
It helps that they have like Broadway people like on that show. Like,
it does.
They've got chops. Now, the next one, because that's really it on Teacup.
Yeah, there's really nothing more to say about
so
because they have not put a lot out on it.
They have not put a lot out.
If you want to know more about the plot, I suggest picking up Stinger, and maybe that'll give you an idea. However, from what I was reading, there are pretty big differences.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, don't be like upset when you get there. Like, this isn't exactly the same as the book that I read.
Right. So don't get attached to the plot of the book because it's going to be different in the TV show. But it might give you a better idea of what you're looking into.
Don't be that person. Basically.
I mean, that was me with Knock at the Cabin. I got too attached to the book.
You gotta let it go sometimes.
And it disappointed me.
Interesting segue though, because attachment to the book has what is led to this next season of TV. I don't know that there's a more anticipated show
I'm not
TV wise. I know you're not.
I'm not.
I know that Tim, our hetero Tim, our very hetero Tim,
I'm
is
not anticipating this.
Very much anticipating this one. Of course, we are talking about Welcome to Derry on HBO Max.
Time to float.
Time to float, baby.
Nice. Okay.
Now, for those of us that have been living under a rock and can't fathom what this show is about, this is a prequel series to the most recent cinema released It movies. So we are going back in time, which is great, because that's what was, so appealing about the book, about the TV movie, and about the movies, is seeing those dual timelines and then seeing like little, snippets of what had come before. Obviously a lot heavier in the book because
you think
that is not a small read.
It's not a small read. It's not a light read. It's rough.
It's a read.
It's brilliant. It's Stephen King. It's always brilliant, but it's much.
You know what that means? There's a lot left to explore.
A lot. I'd be interested to see if he ends up doing a prequel because of this, like writing it. I mean, look what he did for.
Well, I think this is the answer. I think this is the answer to everyone that wanted another movie. Is that they can have this TV series, and judging on the success of the TV series, how far they go back with the story, because it's a smart way to do it when you think about it. Because how much story can you tell in 2.5 hours without like having to cut stuff out? That's the whole point. The whole point of the movie.
And that was the big problem with Dr. Sleep. A lot was cut.
It was still a fantastic Dr.
So good.
Love Dr. Sleep.
So good, but a lot got cut. And like I said, I'd be real interested to have Stephen King write a prequel.
I think the biggest get for this was like the last reveal as well, that Bill Skarsgård will return for this show.
I can't resist that, man.
So Pennywise will like horror fans. Hot Topic is probably going, oh yes, more Pennywise stuff. So Pennywise will return. But it'll be interesting to see. I think he's going to be different faces of Pennywise. He's not just going to be Pennywise in this, which will be great.
He's been busy.
He's been busy. He's been a busy boy, and I think it speaks highly of him that he's willing to, come back to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, this took him to another level. Those movies took him to another level in his career. It's
Oh, yeah.
nice to see him,
Yeah,
honor
like,
that and still want that fan base to be satiated, I guess. So there is
if
promo images and stuff coming out of this too, which look intense.
well, here's a question for you, since we're
Yeah.
talking about Bill Skarsgård. If let's just say Bill was busy, he couldn't do it, who would be your Pennywise?
I would like it to be the guy that was Will. What's his name? The guy that was originally going to be Pennywise.
Oh, the guy from oh God, what was that movie? He was with Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
Will Poulter.
Will Poulter was originally going to be Pennywise for the longest time, that he had to drop out. So
Well,
that would be interesting to see.
You know what's funny? When they announced that at first, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. That's real interesting."
But you never know.
You never know. Well, you never know.
I was very surprised by his Pennywise, because it was so different
from Tim Curry.
To Tim Curry's, who was
traumatizing.
Traumatizing for you, but
traumatizing.
Everyone's like, he looks ridiculous. I'm like, but I think that people miss the point. Like,
there's
people
a difference
miss the point,
between
and it shows when you read. But it shows if you've read the book, or you've just absorbed the culture, because Pennywise in the book is different as well. He's not exactly like the Pennywise that Tim Curry played.
The way I see it, Tim Curry was terrifying. I mean, he was just straight up terror incarnate. He haunts my dreams to this day. And then Bill Skarsgård, I think, is just unsettling. And there's something to say about that.
There's an intensity behind him that we only got in glimpses, because Tim Curry was given the jokes. Yeah, like we get a lot of one-liners. He's unsettling. Like everyone's. I just think of that scene underneath the bleachers.
Yeah, where he's, happy one second, then unsettling. And even when he's the scene where he dances, that's unsettling. You feel uncomfortable. And you are so right with the Tim Curry getting the one-liners, but that was him. Like that was
him, and that's what made his Pennywise great. Like, that's
fun.
why, as a horror icon, he's like a Freddy. He's one of those ones that can deliver a one-liner but also be scary. Just got to rip out those teeth and go.
he could probably even wheelchair bound. He would still probably be terrifying if he put on the damn makeup. I feel like he would come to life. I feel like he could do it.
Well, it will be interesting to see. There's not a lot of information surrounding this project. There are, as I said before, there's promo images and stuff starting to leak out now, because it was originally supposed to be released this year, and they've pulled it back to next year now. I think they're going to put a big campaign behind it, because they've already greenlit and started to film a second season.
Well, that's saying something.
They are behind this 110%, and I think it's gonna have to be pretty extraordinary to fuck this up. There's so much. I know this, but there's so much. It's the same team. You know what I mean? It's not like it's the Machetes involved. It's him. It's the property that people love, and they're going to be able to go back and tell all of these different stories, because every 27 years, Pennywise returns. So we're going to go through intergenerational horror, which is something that really floats my boat. Anytime there's my grandmother fought this monster, and you have to fight it. It's like that's my thing. That's my jam. So I will anticipate this one, and to know that there's at least 2 seasons. Like, okay, cool. That's cool. Like, we have something worth, getting a bit excited about. Really? Right?
I mean, I think it's a good fall lineup. I must admit 2025 is looking a little more exciting for me, but I like what we've got out here right now.
There is horror adjacent show that is hopefully returning at some point too, that we both love.
Do tell.
Yellow Jackets.
Aha! I was wondering when we were going to talk about Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets. We can talk a little bit about Yellow Jackets.
Give me Yellow Jackets, please.
Season
I've
3
waited long
being
enough.
filmed as we speak. You know, it's happening. There's not a lot known about what's coming, but where it left off, so many questions. Now, there is this mysterious episode that we haven't seen.
I've been looking for it.
They filmed one more episode
for it. Yeah, and it was supposed to premiere like in January, I think, is what I.
So I think we're gonna bridge the gap. You know, like
I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped it on Halloween just to
as a little something. There's got to be
just
something
to whet the appetite and keep everyone hooked, even though we're addicted. You don't have to keep us hooked. We're waiting. Anxiously.
So some more honorable mentions for stuff that is coming. There's not a lot of information about stuff. A lot of it seems to be these short release, like small shows. But the first one we'll talk about, because there's a movie in cinemas now. Alien Earth is coming out 2025. It's 8-episode series.
Stay tuned for my review of Alien Romulus.
So it's set 3 decades before the original film. Timothy Olyphant.
Ooh, in. Sign me up. I didn't even know about the show, but sign me up.
Yeah, so it's been coming. They're starting to. I saw a face hugger hugging Earth. I think they're starting to do the promo.
Nice.
With Romulus out, I expect it to probably, start to hit a bit more now that there's something else.
Put that in the trailers. That would have been some good marketing.
Teasing.
That was rude. All I got was a Captain America preview, which I don't hate, but not the point.
Whatever.
Not the point.
The next lot are all franchise-based series. Lots of them.
Oh, franchise-based series?
Yeah.
What do we got?
There's a Conjuring TV series.
I'm out. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Patrick Wilson involved?
I don't know. There's no information about it, because there is a movie. There's another movie called Last Rites, which is believed to be the final movie. So I'm thinking that what might happen is this TV series might be a prequel series.
If we got Patrick Wilson, I'm in. But without him,
I don't think we'll get Patrick Wilson, but we might get younger versions of.
So who's a younger version of Patrick Wilson?
I don't know, but we have a younger Farmiga that's around.
Oh yes, we do.
So
that would be stupid not to utilize her.
There's Lorraine, you know what I mean?
That would be just plain stupid not to utilize her.
I know, to not even think of her. To go, cool, whatever.
I'm trying to think.
There's not a lot of information about that yet. I think once we get to obviously the movies, the focus, and whatever the last rights will be, I feel like obviously.
I mean, I'll watch it, but I'll watch it.
I'll watch it.
I'll definitely.
I started the journey with it.
I got to finish it, but
yeah. And I think their performances are great. Like Vera and Patrick's performances are great. I love
them. They have
Lily Taylor. Lily Taylor in the first movie. I love Lily Taylor.
I mean, okay, they've got such beautiful chemistry. It's a damn lie. Like this whole horrible lie. It's a damn lie about the Warrens.
Yeah, well, the less you know about the Warrens,
the better.
And unless you are
stick with Patrick,
if you are a gospel fan of everything that happens in The Conjuring, do a little Google search and have your world shattered. Especially when it comes to child lovers and stuff.
Yeah,
interesting things.
Ed Warren is a scumbag. He's
Now,
not a gentle soul like our
no,
Patrick
he is not a
Wilson.
gentle star. He's not
not.
hot and abs like Patrick Wilson either.
He's a monster.
Monster. Thank you. What a good segue. This next one has entered development hell.
Oh,
I was so excited when it was announced. I think we all kind of went, "Ooh, interesting."
What you got?
Crystal Lake,
Oh,
the Friday the 13th TV series,
I didn't have hope on that.
done some
Gotta be
filming.
honest.
I believe has done some filming because Adrian King is involved in the first season. So you've got the final girl of the original first movie involved in this TV series. I just for the sheer fact of what they've been able to do with Chucky for Child's Play.
It's
like
the show Chucky is better than the freaking franchise.
But to be able to unite that whole franchise into one canonical story, then they furthered it, furthered it and made it even better. I was like, that's insane, and it's doable. Like it shows for all of these directors that come along and go, I'm a fan, but I want to do something different. That you don't need to. The groundwork is there. Build on the legacy that you're supposed to love and supposed to respect.
Do we know who's playing Jason?
I don't know. I think it's going to be kind of like a, anthology kind of. That's the vibe I get. Like we'll see different summers and stuff like that.
Wouldn't it be fun if they got all the original Jasons? Wouldn't that be fun? And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Kane Hodder fangirl. I just think it'd be fun.
It's interesting. Look, I don't know where they're going to go, and there's not a lot of information out because it's in development hell, along with the rights. I can't help but think the whole rights issue with Friday the 13th held this up as well because
absolutely.
Who owns the rights to Jason and da 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 da. And it killed the video game. It killed any kind of remake. But
doesn't Blumhouse own it now?
Yeah, so we'll see. Blumhouse are not going to let the intellectual property just sit there and rot on the shelf. They're going to do something with it.
They got to fuck something up, as they always do.
Now, the biggest surprise, I think we announced it a while back, but still not a lot of information, and I'm confused and interested to see what they're going to do with a Halloween TV series.
Just let the man die. Let him die.
Oh, that will never happen. That will like the cards have always said Michael Myers will never die.
I'm still angry about the last 3 Halloween movies. I'm still mad.
Look, if you want to get our very deep opinions on Halloween, on the Halloween trilogy, the latest one, please go back and look at the videos that are on this channel. And I think there were 2 good movies there.
Did we watch different
out of the 3? But if we pulled bits and pieces, you know what I mean? It would have made 2 solid movies. I don't think it needed to be 3. No, I don't. I think there was too much story for one movie. And look, I liked Corey. I like the whole Corey Cunningham thing. I like the idea of passing on the evil, but it not necessarily making.
I liked his story too.
I loved the idea that Haddonfield, that had been so traumatized and terrorized by Michael Myers, now had 2 masked killers. Like that has so much potential for the future when, like killings start again. Is it Michael? Is it Corey? Is it a copycat? Is it something that like they could face off against each other? Like there's so much there. Like I don't know. Like imagine the clown that clown face mask was scary as shit.
Well, obviously.
So imagine that and Michael Myers both stalking different groups of people. Mash it in. It's like a Freddy versus Jason, but it's just like Michael versus Michael.
Oh, I don't know if we could pull that off again. I mean, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I enjoyed the whole Corey Cunningham thing. I know it's topical, and I know that that's
It's controversial.
it's controversial opinion. And I had to fight for my opinion on the show, but it'll be like that. There is options here. I don't know if they're going to reboot and tell the whole story again, start from a new Laurie Strode, because at this point, I think you have to. I don't think you can continue that.
No,
it's done.
It's done.
Right, it's done.
It's very done. So, who's your new Laurie?
Well, it could be anyone. This is the thing. It could. I would love it to be an unknown. Like, I would love it to be someone completely
launch
new.
another career like it did for Jamie Lee.
Give us another final girl like Jamie Lee.
I like that. All right.
Like, give us someone different. So we'll see.
Okay.
Halloween is a fair ways off. There's no information about it, but I'm sure they will aim for next October. Like, they're going to be stupid not to have something out.
Do you have any more?
I do.
All right. Just making sure.
Here's another one.
I've got one in mind too.
Hostel.
Wait, what?
Hostel, the TV series.
No. You want
a surprising name to add to it?
Hold on. Okay, go.
Paul Giamatti.
Shut up.
There is no information. He is the star. So I do not know.
Did anyone else see Hostel 3?
I only saw Hostel 1. I checked out.
Okay,
I watched like the first 10 minutes. I was like, this is not me. I'm not into torture porn.
The second one is objectively better than the first because it has way more of a plot. It's still pretty violent, but it's got a better storyline. Hostel 3, I don't even know what the hell they were doing.
I stepped off on that one.
Oh no, it was bad. It was bad. I mean, even like the kills, which is what Hostel is known for, were terrible. It's like, what you should have just stopped. You had 2 solid movies. You should have stopped. It's just, and I know money talks, but like that couldn't have made any money. There's just no way. And Eli Roth even was like, I'm getting off here. He wasn't involved in that one.
I have another one for you. I don't know if you know about this one.
I probably don't, so let's hear it.
Hold on to your seat.
What?
The Wicker Man TV show? No information, just announced as in development.
Oh my god, you just made my whole night.
There you go.
I'm so happy.
She's overcome.
I'm overclumped.
I'm overclumped. There's one more show that has popped up on my list. It's called Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen.
I mean, that's my first thought every morning.
So this is the blurb that they've got so far. A certain atmosphere of horror is felt the week before a celebration of an unfortunate wedding. That's it. So
that's something.
Who knows? Who knows?
I'm about to do a deep dive on that Wicker Man show, though.
I know, right?
You just set me on a nosedive.
She's going for it. But obviously there is returning stuff. There's a new series of From.
From was good.
I watched the first half of the first season, but I really like it, so don't say anything. Them is coming back. Evil is doing its last season.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Netflix show called Sweet Home, which is
interesting.
A co-production. So it's foreign language, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
You've got all your Walking Dead's rah 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 rahs,
yeah,
all
we're
that
over
kind of stuff coming in.
But we are not over The Last of Us.
The Last of Us is where I was going next. Good on you.
And what a cast for season 2. What a cast. We got.
The thing I'm a little bit sad about, though, is that there's no Netflix haunting of Midnight Mass,
Yeah, I'm a little upset they never continued with Midnight Mass or the Midnight Club.
Like, any of that, that's all done now.
Yeah, those were so good.
Like,
I wish I could have got a season 2. for both of them.
Yeah. Well, I think that Midnight Mass was only ever intended to be a one and done, which is fine. Not everything needs a sequel, but there was an intended Midnight Club sequel,
And
sequel
I
series.
deserve that. I deserve season 2.
I'm a bit sad that Shining Vale got cancelled. Courtney Cox's show. If you haven't checked it out and you like horror comedy, check it out. It was a good show. There's 2 seasons of it, so.
Can we discuss the cast of The Last of Us? Because it's got some
You
goodies.
can go for it. I haven't watched the first season. I'm one of these people that haven't watched the first season. So.
Okay, you need to. It'll devastate you and bring you back up. And
well, I know that we've got a very famous face coming onto the screen in the second season.
Oh, David.
David. Stop getting attacked, David. Stop mutating, David.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine if Moira Rose was there?
Catherine O'Hara is just chef's kiss. She's fantastic. Jeffrey Wright, I also love him. But you ready for this? It's one of your favorites. Hattie Gabrielle.
Ooh.
And we love her. We love Hattie. So I think this has got some real promise.
Now, this is, of course, we're only in mid-August. There's going to be surprises.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Disney Plus, MCU are treating us Halloweeny. We've got Agatha All Along coming, which is going to be a very mixed bag of horror, witchcraft, superhero musical. And I'm all about it. I'm ready for that because when they did like Werewolf by Night and stuff, like it was good. There's got to be something. They've got to have something up their sleeve. I'm sure Netflix has something up their sleeve for Halloween. You can't let a Halloween series go past, Halloween season go past with at least something. Like I can't even think of anything that's coming out at the box office that is Halloween-y. You know what I mean?
Let's see.
Normally there's something that we're anticipating, but there's no sequels. Well, there are sequels. Obviously, there's big sequels, but they're not coming out till next year and stuff like that because of drama. But the biggest horror thing that I can think of that's on the horizon now is Nosferatu, and that's Christmas. You muted yourself.
My baby.
That's all right.
Let's see what we got. So The Crow. We've got The Crow coming.
No, I saw the trailer.
Okay. Let's see. What's closer to? So there's Speak No Evil, but that's in September.
Right, that's September.
Smile 2, supposedly. That looks like that's going to be the big Halloween movie because it comes out like a week before Halloween.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, at least I have to go. We have to go to the cinemas when we're there. Then that's all right.
We'll check it out.
Unless there's some kind of cool retro screening of something, and I'm like, yes, let's go.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I am very much looking forward to Speak No Evil because I like James McAvoy, and I
just feel like there's been so many remakes of that recently that it's like
it's absolutely a remake, and you'll never top the original. That was just so unsettling and so upsetting, really. It was just like there's no other way to describe it. It was unsettling and upsetting. But I love James McAvoy. I'm gonna give him
he's brilliant. I expect like you've got one season a year where things are spooky.
And you give me Smile too.
Do something with it, people.
I know. Oh, you know what else is coming out soon? There's a movie called not Scream, but Stream. And it's got
Stream.
It's got some horror icons in it. We got Danielle Harris, we got Tony Todd, and the gentleman who plays Art the Clown. I can't even remember his name right now, but he's in it. So we've got some horror royalty coming in that one. It looks all right. It was crowdfunded, so
we'll have to say because I don't know, something in my background is telling me
we must be missing
we might get a surprise Fear Street drop.
I would just
I can't see them waiting until next year. If it's filmed.
They're going to be announcing that.
It was filming this year, so it's got to be finished by now.
Well, I mean, they've already
It's
pushed
one
back.
movie. It's not 3. Like, they filmed 3 movies consecutively last time.
Well, I mean, they already pushed back Stranger Things, so they got to give you something.
Right? Yeah, Stranger Things, these 80-year-old children.
I mean, they've got this last season so hyped up, and then they keep pushing it back. And I
Yeah,
understand,
because they want to keep everyone subscribed until
right? And I
until it drops.
understand the writer's strike, and that is a legitimate reason to be held
This
up.
is it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, now I'm wondering what the excuses are.
Well, what do they have once it's gone? Squid Game.
They've got Squid Game. They're really leaning heavy on the true crime docs right now.
Yeah, I
Got
know.
a lot of them coming out.
They were such. I think of this. The Mike Flanagan stuff was so good. Like,
They lost him though.
why they let him go?
They
is
dropped the
beyond
bag on
me.
that. That was a dumb move.
But he's gone on. He's in love with the Dark Tower now. So good luck, Mike.
Listen,
That is-
I didn't
That is
think
a hefty adaptation. So good luck.
I did not think the Idris and Matthew McConaughey movie was bad. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was lacking,
Yeah.
but it's not bad.
It's probably something that will lend itself better to TV work. So
Probably.
you know.
But
We'll
I didn't think
see.
it was terrible. I did not think it was as bad as everyone was making it out to be.
Mm. Well, that's all we've got for you, folks. If there's something that's coming up that we don't know about that we haven't mentioned, please let us know. Let us know what you're excited to see. I mean, there's a fair bit there, which is good. TV is not letting us down. The cinemas are letting us down, but TV is not letting us down. And we'll be back again. We've got some stuff to talk about, and if not, we'll find something because
We always
we
find
like
something.
to find the horror in every day, don't we, Katie?
We do. We find something scary every day.
Every day of our lives.
Every day.
All right, creepy Katie McCarthy. That's hard to say. Creepy Katie McCarthy. Speaking Steve, signing out, and we will haunt you again very soon on this little podcast that we call Uncensored Horror. Bye, y'all. Don't turn out the lights. Yeah. End record.